as we head into the football semis this week, there are a few big upsets that happened along the way to get here. And to break it all down, we're bringing back Dashawn Stevens. He's a former youth sports athlete himself, playing football, of course, and also the founder of Persevere, a youth sports media company. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me, Savanna. Good to be here.
Okay, let's jump right on to it. The Mitchell Bowl. We got Queens facing off with Saskatchewan. That's pretty, pretty incredible considering that Queens is the underdog here. Can you tell us more about that story?
I feel like this year in the OUA was just a year of unpredictability. The Queens Gales entered the playoffs as the fourth-ranked team in the OUA, and I think a lot of people thought that the three teams ahead of them in the standings had better chances of winning the Yates Cup. But credits to Queens, they handled their business. They won their quarterfinal matchup against McMaster, won that big at home. Then they went on the road and defeated a very good Windsor Lancers program, which I was really high on 2 weeks ago, was unfortunately wrong about. And then last week they went to Waterloo and they beat a really good Laurier Golden Hawks team that was at the time undefeated. So they won their first Yates Cup since 2009, and now they have to make one more road trip to Saskatoon to take on the Huskies and play for a chance to get to their first Vanier Cup since 2009 as well. So this Queens team is battle-tested. They played in big moments. They've taken on a road warrior mentality, and I think they're getting hot at the right time.
You know, there's something that you touched on, and just before we get further into these matchups, there was some serious news that came out this week, actually, about the Saskatchewan Huskies quarterback, Anton Amunrud, who was diagnosed, unfortunately, of course, with cancer. So, I mean, obviously, this is devastating news. You know, our thoughts and our prayers go out to his family and his support system, and, of course, himself. But if you're the Saskatchewan coach, that's a vacancy in the QB position leading up to this bowl. What are you doing? Who are you looking to at this time?
Yeah. First off, I think, everyone in the country is rooting for Anton Amunrud and hoping that he gets better, throughout this process. But for the Saskatchewan Huskies, they're going to rally around Jake Farrell. He's a first-year starter for them, and he's actually been starting since week 6. So he's 5-0 through his 5 starts, and through his 5 starts, he's thrown for 1,219 passing yards, 12 touchdowns. He's built really good consistency with his receivers, such as Daniel Weeb, Thomas Jewell, and Dawson Linnea. And, he's played in some big games as well. The Canada West is a dogfight. It's a hard conference. Every game is a playoff game, and he's been able to win all his games. And even last week in the Hardy Cup against the Regina Rams, they faced a 15-point deficit. Saskatchewan, 15-point deficit in the fourth quarter, and he led a comeback to, really seal that game. So, Jake Farrell, he's battle-tested as well, similarly to the Queens Gales. He's been through big moments, and he's proven that he has what it takes to, start for this team and lead them to victory. So they're going to rally around Jake Farrell on Saturday in the Mitchell Bowl.
Well, the rest of the quarterback class is pretty interesting. What can you tell us about them?
Yeah, I think the cool thing about this year's class is typically you'll see veteran quarterbacks make it this deep in the playoffs, 5th-year quarterbacks, 4th-year quarterbacks leading their team as they kind of go through the journey of building a championship contender. But what's unique about this year's class is that 3 of the 4 remaining quarterbacks are actually first-year starters. So talked about Jake Farrell over in Saskatchewan. It's his first year starting with the Huskies. It's 3rd year with the program, but first year actually at the helm. And then let's look at Montreal, the Carabins. They're led by 20-year-old true freshman Pepe Gonzalez, who's having an amazing season. He is the RSEQ's Rookie of the Year. He's thrown for over 2,000 passing yards, and he stepped into some big shoes to fill with Jonathan Senecal being the former quarterback Heck Crichton Award winner for the Carabin, who career ended last season, obviously just aged out eligibility-wise. And then over in the East at St. Mary's, Justin Shibley is in his first year starting with the Huskies. He was actually a transfer from Carleton. It's his first year at SMU, and now he's in a national semifinal with the Huskies. So of the 4 quarterbacks, 3 of them are first-year starters. The only veteran of the group is Queens quarterback Alex Vrakin.
And this is a pretty big deal for the Huskies because they haven't been to a semis in 15 years. Can you tell us more about St. Mary's story there?
Yeah. I think this is a big moment for St. Mary's. Like you said, it's been a long drought for them. They used to be one of the dynasties out in the AUS, out in the Atlantic, and they kind of fell off for a number of years. Their current head coach Steve Samara was actually their head coach in the 2000s, and he led them to 4 straight conference championships. He left that job in 2012 to go to Carleton to restart that program, did a great job with Carleton, and in his absence, SMU took a bit of a decline. Steve Samara left Carleton in 2021, came back in 2022 to SMU, and he's done a great job rebuilding the program back to where it was before he left. And now they're back on a national semifinal stage. They were in the Lonely Bowl last year, came up short, were able to finish the job this year, and now they're back at having a chance again to a Vanier Cup. So it's a really feel-good story for that Halifax program for sure.
All right. St. Mary's versus Montreal. Who are you watching?
Okay. I'm going to be real with you. Pepe Gonzalez, the quarterback for Montreal, he's must-watch. He's big time. Like I said, he's having a fantastic rookie season. And I think the crazy thing is he plays like a veteran. He plays like a veteran QB at just 20 years old. I want to put this into context for you, Savanna. This season, he broke the record for most touchdowns thrown by a Carabins QB in franchise history.
Oh, wow.
In his first season.
Good for him.
Yeah, good for him. Exactly.
Love that for him.
Yeah, we love that. The previous record was held by Jonathan Senecal, who is known as the greatest quarterback in program history. Over on the SMU side, aside from Justin Shibley, I say we got to look out for his #1 receiver, Cherokee Williams, as well. He is an AUS All-Star, another big play receiver, averages around 101 yards per game, and he's had 4 touchdowns this year for the Huskies. So look out for those 4 players this upcoming weekend in the Uteck Bowl.
All right, Saskatchewan Huskies now versus Queens Gales.
Okay.
Who are you watching there?
Okay, this is a big one. I might say this might be my favorite matchup. Maybe I'm calling the game. Maybe
Oh,
I'm not.
really? And give us the goods. Who are you watching?
Who am I watching? I'm gonna be real with you. Really and truly, this is a game that's gonna be a great linebacker matchup.
Okay.
And a great running back matchup. So when it comes to the linebackers, we have 2 of the best linebackers in the country on both sides of the ball. When it comes to the Saskatchewan Huskies, we have Seth Hundeby. He is a 6'3", 250-pound middle linebacker. I know. Let's take that in for a sec. That's
a
crazy.
heavyweight matchup.
That's a heavyweight matchup. Yeah, and he's also the Canada West Defensive Player of the Year. This season, he had 41.5 tackles, 3 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and 2 interceptions. So he filled the stat box for that program, and he's a veteran on that team. When it comes to the Queens Gales, they have, I think, the other best linebacker in the country in Justin Pace. Justin Pace this season, he was an OUA All-Star in only 5 games. He had 32 tackles, but in the playoffs, through 3 games, he's had 24 tackles, 2 interceptions, and 1 forced fumble. He is the leader of this defense, and he's the undisputed leader of this team in general.
Justin Pace said recently that he knew that Queens was going to win. Have a look.
Yeah, I knew the boys were gonna pull through the whole time. Since January, we knew we had the group to do it, and we just stayed steady throughout the whole season. It definitely was a roller coaster, but we did our best to stay steady. And the guys, like I said again, kept the best football for last, and I think we just all pulled through to get together as a brotherhood, and I think it definitely showed last Saturday.
When it comes to the running back matchup on the Huskies, we have Riker Frank, who's the program's all-time leading rusher in rushing touchdowns. And he was also a Canada West All-Star. This season had over 700 rushing yards. And then for Queens, we have Jared Kasari. Fun fact about Jared Kasari, he's an NCAA transfer who started his career at UMass. And after 3 years at Queens, he's actually become one of the most consistent ball carriers in Canada. So this year he was an OUA All-Star. He had 900 rushing yards as well as 9 rushing touchdowns. So it's a linebacker versus RB matchup on both sides of the ball when it comes to that Queens versus Saskatchewan matchup.
Well, there's a reason why Queens got as far as they did this season, being the underdog. But let's talk a little bit about the fact that we could potentially be seeing a Huskies versus Huskies Vanier Cup if Saskatchewan pulls through and St. Mary's pulls through. I'm going to call it a dogfight right now. That's what I'm going to deem it. I'm going to brand that right now. But what do you make of that?
Yeah, I think that'll be cool. Whoever's calling that game, I think it'll be pretty hard to call that game. You can't say the Huskies first down or the Huskies score touchdown. I don't think people know who's talking about who.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything's possible. I think that'll be really, really cool for the culture to see a Huskies versus Huskies. Kind of throw back to the CFL back in the day, Rough Riders versus Rough Riders. People know they know.
Hey, all right. Well, thanks, man.
Thanks for having me.